Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Navi Lamba from Channel 4, and I'll be hosting our panel this afternoon. If you're new to RTS Future Session, then we'd like to say a huge welcome. RTS Future holds free monthly events for graduates and those in the early stages of their TV career. We cover a wide range of topics and provide top tips and guidance to our events to help you on your way. Now, on to the session. Oh, Big Nasty, you're on. You have to unmute yourself while I do this intro.
Oh, bro, sorry.
It's good. It's free flowing. It's cash. Now, social media has quickly and effectively wormed its way into our everyday lives, whether you're scrolling through social feeds as soon as our morning alarms go off or turning notifications on from Munya Choa's Insta, so you've been the first one to send his sketches to your mates with the text, lol, lol, lol. It's easy to see how much pure joy and entertainment it's brought to our everyday lives. So it's no surprise then that it's had a massive impact on the TV industry. Back in the day, TV stars came from very rigid, established roots, which included showreels, auditions, agents, and traditional paths. Today, because of the power of the internet, young creators are leapfrogging right onto TV. TikTok and Instagram megastars are developing their own personal brands, their own content and fan bases, and TV commissioners like myself are scrambling to figure out how to translate their talents onto our platforms. We have a truly exciting panel here with us today, but before we meet them, let's take a look at some of their work.
Let's settle this. Should you wash your chicken before you cook it? Let's settle this.
Let's settle this.
All right, this is Patrona. White co-worker told me he doesn't season or wash his chicken, just straight in the oven. That is the savagery.
That's the right one.
And then a bit of salt and pepper.
Right,
it's a savage. It's savage. It's savage.
It's a real savage, man.
Pack it up and then you flick it. Know that the
Welcome to the new England of this. Yes, baby, and you put your lip in. Good cup, get started, that's the gameplay.
That's the rules of Jericho. Hey, no, bro, spot.
I know, but I need a.
Going out to all our DJs.
all over you. All on you. Yeah. Come on, all on you. Yo, Big Nasty, let the whole of London know what's going on, man.
Just a little hint, it's cold and wintry, so take it away.
All right, boom. The streets of England.
What my brother will do to you is amazing. Oh. I will explain in your accent, alright?
Yeah.
Him want to put him cocky in your belly.
Stretch it. Make sure the money do. Stretch it. Make sure the money do.
Dancing next to a pool. Ain't gonna happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Thanks a lot. Being interrupted by the guys on the boat. But again, Real Madrid are definitely the favourites here in Kiev, and I'm just looking forward to, as are you at the studio, I'm guessing, to an amazing game between Real Madrid and Liverpool Football Club.
Very good. Yeah, Lifford the Visor, he's good as well.
What song do you like?
Paul.
How?
Yeah, Paul, Lifford the Visor. Yeah, Lifford the Visor, yeah, he's good. Yeah, I like this one. Very good.
Can you give us a little rendition of Pow?
Paul, is that Lifford? Paul, is that, I don't know the lyrics, because it's very hard, but Paul, it's that Lifford the Bees. Paul, is that, come on, yaar, where are you going? You're not driving your car, mother.
Pow, it's Faisal. Driving away.
Yeah, exactly. I always like to change the name. Paul, it's that Faisal. Paul, it's what Terry Penny. Paul, it's that one roti. Paul, it's that Paul.
Right! How's it going, Paul? You right? You dirty wee bastards! You guys, out the way! Move out the shop and shut your mouth, Paul! You and you, outside! I don't care about them, Paul. I'm the owner! I'm the owner! You! And you listen, Paul! Don't you ever be on your phone again, you understand me, Paul?
Yes, people, Steve-O the Madman here, and today I am with the Houston Texans.
I ain't gonna lie to you, people. I've been a bit naive. That's a tad naive. Oh.
Alright, bro.
Hollywood!
Your
God on that. Yes, people, Steve-O the Madman here, opening night for the NFL. There's a lot of serious media here, and they're going to be asking serious questions. So I thought I would come along and ask the most silliest questions that I could think of. Hopefully they don't kick me out.
And I'm loving your videos, your Snapchat.
Thank you, bro.
Nah, it's proper thing.
Before we wrap up though, the hair, bro.
No, dude,
Since
you're
we-
mad.
Mad.
I'm just trying to, all I'm gonna do is get a blade and just take off the sides. I'm gonna look like you, bro.
Mad thing. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello and welcome to Build. I'm Ramel London, and as always, we are live from London. Now, we've got an incredible woman on the show today, but first, let's check out her latest single. It's an absolute smash. It's called Phone Down. She is award-winning. She is a rapper. She is my girl, Steph London. Welcome her to the show. People think this isn't a debate and believe the only solution to the climate emergency is ban Shell from existence. What is your response, Martin? I'm so happy to be sitting down with H. How are you?
What's going on? You all right?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So H, I know a lot of rappers, including wannabe rappers like myself, actually start off in the school playground. So when was it that you actually took music seriously? Tell me why. Oh, wow.
Oh, you went up and then came really down.
I am actually very, very sorry that you had to. I didn't know that they were recorded. Wow. Okay, maybe Ori and Nicole weren't that bad.
Amazing. So our panel today, as you saw from that show reel, come from comedy, music, viral videos on social, and our various stages of their career. So it's kind of, it's very exciting actually that we've got them all in one Zoom video link up. First up, we got Grime MC, online agony aunt, regular commentator, and of course host of his very own Channel 4 show, the BAFTA and double RTS winning Big Nasty. You can turn your video on and you can unmute yourself. He'll do that in a bit. Yeah, you did it.
Well, go on.
Welcome. Thanks. Live
Yeah.
from, yeah, what car are you in, Big Nasty?
Me.
Yeah.
A 5.
Nice. Excellent. Next up, we have who's a young lady started as a presenter on Link Up TV, which we all know and love, has secured multiple behind the scenes presenting roles for various brands, including Mobo, before securing her own show where she hosts on Sky Arts TV called What's Up TV, and now also hosts a weekend show on Capital Extra Radio. We have Ramel London.
Hey guys.
Welcome.
Hello.
We've also got, if that's not enough, Hacks, otherwise known as Man Like Hacks, who's got like millions of followers on social media all around the world. You'll know him for his appearances on Big Nasty Show on Channel 4. He's also on BBC's Men Like Mabeen, hails from Ilford and Barking, a true Essex lad. Welcome to our RTS panel, Hacks.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
You're all right. Thanks for having me. Hello, guys.
for being
Ramel,
here.
Nasty.
Hey.
Hello.
And then our final panelist is Steve-O, known by his fans as Steve-O the Madman. Also millions of followers all across social, a Snap sensation.
You all right? Sorry.
Yes, welcome.
I'm on the cuppa. I was having a cuppa. It's tea time now.
Tea
Get me?
time.
Yes. I don't say tea time, by the way. I live with a white woman who says it's tea time at 5 o'clock, and I'm like, what's going on? So
Is
we have
she
tea.
referring to dinner or is she referring to the hot bed?
Well, I asked for the actual tea this time, but yes, people.
Welcome.
Bye.
Thanks for being with me here today on a very sunny, warm, beautiful, was it Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. On a Tuesday.
Quite hot,
Yeah, it's a hot one. I know, Ramel, you're like particularly warm. Yes.
We have the fat on the side. Don't get me.
So I'm just get Big Nasty a fan. So what's exciting for me is that you guys are all at various stages of your career and your journey from being like viral social media stars to also being like well-known personalities in television. I think because we've got like a lot of young audience members and people who are at the beginning of their career, people who are like, you know, on their journey to becoming like well-known creators. I think I'm really curious to know about how you guys got your start in television. So Hacks, could you talk to me about like how you started up and have like grown your audience on social and like what you started doing like early on in the beginning?
Well, firstly, it probably doesn't look like I've gone far in my career due to that poor show reel that was just posted of me, because I've been in a million other things as well as films and stuff like that. But
Tell him, Max. You tell him, Max.
yeah, sorry, but listen, I mean, to go back to the beginning, I started in my work van. I was a carpenter and plumber. Really enjoyed the job, but just didn't enjoy having no freedom, basically, and being sort of told what to do and being, in essence, in my opinion, kind of like a slave. Hated the work ethic and hated the fact that I had to check in with another human being as regards to taking annual leave and stuff like that. And I found this platform called Instagram. Started posting 15-second videos of things that I'd merely do around my friends. You know, I always grew up being the joker of the crew, possibly because, you know, I wasn't very confident when I was young. So comedy helped me a lot, but ended up finding that I did have some talent. Started posting videos in my work van. They did really well. I was getting views of around like 1,000 and 2,000. And back then it was huge. And, you know, I guess once people started showing love, sharing my stuff, and, you know, lo and behold, I'm here today. I'm so grateful to have worked on my talents and, you know, nurtured what I've got. And yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful to be in the position that I am today, coming back from where I started to where I am now. So it wasn't easy, but it's definitely an amazing journey, and it's taught me so much. So yeah, man.
When you started, did you have an audience in mind? Or were you just like, I just want to make, who were you making the videos for originally?
Everyone, anyone, whoever you are. I mean, obviously, I guess certain videos were probably made more for the adults, but parents nowadays just let their kids watch and listen to anything. So,
yeah, like,
you know, they kind of fell in love with it. But listen, my audience is anyone that enjoys comedy, anyone that is having a bad day, anyone that's feeling sad or had a, you know, horrible experience or whatever it is. My comedy is just to lift people up. So I haven't got a specific audience, whatever country you're from. Of course, if you can understand what I'm saying. I don't understand half the things I say, but if, you know, anyone understands and love what I do, then it's for every single person, whether you're an old lady, an old man, a young kid, whatever it be. I hope it appeals to everyone. So yeah.
Hey, I'm rating the TV voice, you know, Hacks. I am rating the TV voice, though.
You've got to be professional, Nasty. There are times when you must be professional, darling. I'm sorry. Really is.
On there, bro.
Explain, Ramel. Explain. Ramel, please explain, darling.
I'm spectator right now.
But Steve, you had a similar, because you started on social too. Like, how did you build an audience on social? And was there like a platform that you had in mind when you started?
No, to be honest, just like my man Hacks there, it was something that I've always done. Like before we got on air, I told you a story about Nasty. So I've known these people and I've always been the same from way back when. But it was always a hindrance because when I played football, I was the class clown. When I was at school, I was the class clown, and it was always a hindrance to me, you know what I mean? So once the platform Snapchat became available to me and I could film myself, my daily routines, it was just about then producing it. Yeah, I can be funny for 10 seconds, but how do you make this stretch for a whole day or maybe 2 bits of content a week? So it was about finding that. And once I found my niche, which was myself, really, like I lived a funny life, you know what I mean? Whether it be my kids, my friend Nigel, the people that I was surrounding me, it was about how do I produce and give people the relatable moments throughout the day. So once I found that out, it was quite easy for me. But the initial thing was just about finding a platform because this is who I am. Just like Nasty, just like Hack, with the comedy side of it. And I know Rems as well, so it's like we've picked 3 people here that we are how we are off cam, on cam. So when it's like that, it's easy. It is very easy. It's about picking and choosing, and it becomes about decisions. But content wise and who we are, that's why us three have probably been in it very, very a long time. And considering you usually get only like a 3-year like peak, you know what I mean, in this industry, and we've been going 8-10 years. So it's about picking and choosing. But yeah, for my that's like hack. It was a bit of luck for me, because if Snapchat didn't appear, and don't get it twisted, remember at the start it was just a sexting app. It was an app that you sent dirty pictures or dirty messages and they disappeared.
And
so
you flagged it back, didn't you, boy?
nasty. The one day, the pictures you used to send me, Jesus. Anyway, but yeah, so like for me, it was about, and I tell this to anyone, I tell this to people that go and use fans only or whatever it's called, but put whatever content you want to put on it. You know what I mean? So that's what I've done with Snapchat. When everyone was doing all this, sending this and that, I was doing comedy. And one of the only ones that I remember doing comedy on there, you know what I mean? So like, just as long as I have a platform, I'll make it happen, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting, because I think that leads on to another conversation about, like, you guys are like social media. You have to be a social media. You have to know social platforms like inside and out, because like Snap had that beautiful moment, and like Vine did, where you could just like publish stuff really quickly, and it could be fucking dirty, and people love that in the way that, you know, people on TikTok are like blowing up now. But you kind of have to know the platforms inside and out. And then if you want to stay in the industry, especially when you grow on social, you need to know like, oh, like what works on YouTube, how do you feel that, how do you feed that fan base? Did you feel like you needed to stay on top of platforms and like know them inside out in order to keep going? So that, you know, like for instance, when Insta stole stories from Snap, basically, did you feel like you needed to quickly like pivot? Do you have to feel like you have to pivot quite a bit in your career? Personally,
I've seen people that's content would have needed that, but I was again lucky, and it was if you go back go back to 2014, I was doing comedy sketches. Me, Hack, we're doing sketches, and where we come round, we bring other comedians, we set up the camera, we say this is the sketch, let's get it, we edit it and we put it out, and that's how we was doing it. And when we was doing it like that, there was a lot of competition, and like if that page didn't post you, it almost wasn't a good sketch, even though it was a good sketch, but view-wise, it wasn't a good sketch. So me personally, I took the decision to say, you know what, I'm seeing sketches every day in my life. Now, how do I find a way to get this across? So that's when I used my family or my friends around me as the extras or as the cast. So when you're talking about when it changed and went over to stories there and TikTok come out, for me, it was everything was based around me. So as long as I have a camera, I can make these stories happen, you know what I mean? So the only thing is that the story, the way they liked it with the perspective that I gave them, for me, that didn't work on YouTube. Or for instance, I was doing stories every single day for 3 years. I didn't take one day off, every day a story on Snapchat. It's just not feasible to edit for YouTube, come back. So that's why I was quick. And then I was getting the messages. My Spartans, which I call my supporters, they were almost telling me the next snap, oh, why don't you do this to Emma? Or do you know that? So I would go
do my
back.
insights afterwards, if it's
Easy,
possible.
I
really don't have the time. Oh, Lord, I got big Stalford. So you keeping well? Yeah, man, I'm on TV. Okay, sorry.
I think he's getting his car washed. That is amazing.
Easy. But yeah, so yeah, for me, some things work and the transitions and that, but some people have thrived that Insta have got stories because their biggest platform was Insta, but they had to go over to Snap. So now they can all do it on one, but my team was Snap because of what I was saying, like I could interact there and then and get the next snap, and because I'm not as funny and as I could never do 8 years worth of content if it wasn't for the people interacting and giving me the ideas on the spot, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is impressive though. We should pour one out for Vine while we're at it. Big Nasty, you're like truly like a multitasking hero. I'm so impressed. You're doing a panel, you're getting your car wash, and you're smoking today.
You know, praising Jaja, always Rastafari.
Praising Jaja.
Because you started as a rap. I mean, you started as a rapper. You're still a rapper. But how did TV? Because I remember actually when I was at BBC 3, you were on that great show, Let's Settle This, which there's a clip of. And it was so simple. It was just you in a barber chair settling big issues like, should you watch Chicken? And people freaking loved it. But like, how did TV find you, would you say?
Boy, do you know what, yeah? To be honest, I was already patterning way before all of that, you know. I'm kind of fortunate. My whole personality thing just flowed. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a real blessing of being in the right place at the right time, but capitalizing it, being at the right place at the right time. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And fortunately, my personality is just something like it's just me, innit? So a bit like Steve when he said at first, it's a gift and a curse. You get what I mean? Because I never take things seriously. You get what I mean? But it's worked in my favor. So yeah, man, I wouldn't even call it a freak of nature, because everyone who's known me would always say, raw, like, that's just me. Same with Steve-O. So remember, Steve-O was trying to be mad humble, yeah? Steve-O was my producer.
I was just going to cut in there, yeah.
Yeah, Steve-O was a producer. He made beats. My first song with Rich 32, Sculpture, that's on Steve-O's production.
Okay.
So, like, making like funny videos and that was never in the plan. It was just like cussing matches on the way to radio and we'll go into studio.
And we used to get in trouble for that because we was wasting time. So it was then it was the curse, wasting time. Why you not just go in there? We give you money to go studio and you're just cussing each other, eating food and like. But it built our relationship, and you know what I mean. And it's become.
So Steve, what videos would you guys make together? Like, what were you guys producing together?
Well, we was music.
But I beat it right. Let me try to find this to get my way. They're stiff, their rhythms are. Their rhythms are too stiff for you, though. What's your name, Navi? Nice to meet you, Navi. I didn't even know you was American until you started talking.
I'm not American. I'm from Toronto.
Oh, what? Drake country, yeah?
Yeah, Drake country. The 6. I'm from the 6, yeah.
I'm from SW4 to the 9. Tim Lambeth. Borough 6, all of that.
Certified Lover Boy.
Huh?
That's Drake's new album. It came out 2 days ago.
Certified Lover Boy, all of that. Mr. Loverman, Shabba. You know where it come from. Shabba business. Knife and fork and fight for dumpling and them things. You know that? Hey, Rem, you know that was there, Rem. You know it.
Nasty, you're a killer. But Nad, to carry on what we were saying though, we
what was I saying?
One of our videos we done back in the day was we was going to Kiss for a Logan show, and Logan's doing great things now as well. So we're going back like 15 years ago, maybe. And it was just me, Nasty, and we were just cussing each other. So he had a rolling camera with him, and we used to just cuss each other. And exactly here. And then he ended up doing a tune called Brushman, where it was him and Solo cussing each other on the tune. You know what I mean? So like, whatever we've done naturally away from cam, we've always found a way to produce it and bring it to either your music or a TV show, whatever it may be. And I think if you're talking about that, if you try and find what you love, when people always ask me, oh, I want to do Instagram, I want to do YouTube, what should I do? I say, what do you love? I say, get a camera and talk about it. That's my first thing I always say. And then you will find a way to produce it in your own unique way. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, that's another interesting thing, because like something that, and that's like distilling your like true authentic selves and like people loving that. But then have you felt like a lot, because sometimes there have been instances where that's not, you know, where TV commissioners or production companies have tried to translate what you've bottled perfectly on social onto television screens, and it's not worked. So have you ever felt like, I mean, obviously not you, Nasty, because your show's like a freaking hit and a ratings winner and people freaking love it. And so how do you avoid the pitfalls of like being like, I know who I am?
But can I give you a funny joke?
Yeah, tell me.
My show's all of those things,
Yeah.
But on the making of doing that, it wasn't received like that. Remember, you know, humans are scared of what we don't understand. You get what I mean? And that doesn't just go for aliens. It doesn't just go for animals. It goes for everything. You get me? So now, you see, when you deal with a fundamental system what's raised on the Charlie Chaplins, what's gone through a conservative way and a structural way of entertainment and comedy and producing out, then you get little freaks of natures like Remmels, myself, Hacks, Steve-O, what don't fit the conventional brackets, How do you market this? How do you entertain it? How do you make Ofcom not be paro? Because it's not. You understand what I'm trying to say? All of these things. Wait. Yeah, all of these things there is what flipping happens naturally, but we tried to overlook it, thinking that maybe there's a different angle for it. Me and Steve will always have these deeper conversations here all the time, and I say to man, yeah, remember when I first started doing music, yeah, my brother just told my mum I was smoking crack. Do you get what I mean? They didn't believe that man could actually do music. You get what I mean? Like, man's better off doing road. Like, the money what we're seeing from road is visual right now. This music stuff is a dream and a whim. It's not a certain. You can't fry egg and hard old bread with dreams, brethren. You understand what I'm saying? So, because of these things here, where I should have got a lot of support, the first thing I got was a lot of doubt and a lot of holdbacks. No, you can't do that. No, you shouldn't do that. No. Think about it first. Do this. Because it's all things we don't understand.
So how did you manage? Yeah, how did you manage that? How did you persevere in an environment where people maybe didn't get you or didn't get the comedy you want? Like, they clearly they brought you on and they gave you a show because they knew
he was a stubborn bastard, Nav.
But
he was very stubborn.
Yeah.
You gotta think, but I'm a strong believer, yeah. You get more when you don't ask. I never asked for a TV show. I never asked for none of these things, but the blessings of Judge, I pushed it my way. You see me? So because of that, my way of reaction to things and my way of accepting things is two different things. It's like, how can I put it, yeah? Look at it like this. When you're intentionally looking for something, like, oh, I want the perfect woman, I want the perfect job, I want this, I want that, the expectations of it become a heavier burden. You go to your friend's shop, he's in a bad way, he asks you to fill in for one day, you really enjoy it. Skip 10 years forward, you run that company and you and him are brethren doing crazy things over the world. That was never your dream, but you came to it with an open heart, and with no acceptance. So things started to happen and flourish for you. What wouldn't have happened if you was trying to be calculated for the success. Do you get what I mean? Because certain natural energies and blessings just won't come your way. Calculated movements are positive and good in the right way, but sometimes it can stumble natural, genuine movements and things will go in your right way. Prime example, yeah, when I did the first, like, what's that Brit show, whatever them thing they're called, yeah? Man's gone out to go burn my ganges, yeah? Boom, now. Me and Bouncers already done arguing, rare, boom. We go hold this little back corner and burn my thing. Go around there to go burn my thing now, yeah? I've got to manage to go and meet now the head of human resources for the Masons and all of this stuff, yeah? Coming out of the building, yeah? Lovely woman, Margaret. Me and her start holding bare vibes, bare opportunities the woman's gave to me. This opportunities wouldn't have come to me if I was in the front of the corporate thing. I was minding my own business, burning a spliff on the wall, blood. You see what I'm trying to say? So
flow state, flow state.
So both ways work in paradox to each other. You get what I mean? It's just how you plan yourself it. And the most thing, yeah, is having faith in what you're doing. Everyone's got this big business plan and all of that, but they miss the fundamentals. Do you really believe in it? The reason why I did so well in music and why I've done so well in everything else, because it was escape from the life that I really live. So I didn't need financial reward from making music. I didn't need financial reward for busting joke. It was keeping me sane. Do you get what I mean? It was giving me a bit of cleanness in my soul, where everything else is so contaminated. So the success of it becomes natural because I was getting the first reward from it, from being spiritually clean, mentally clean, like having a way to vent what's not aggressive, what's not violent. Do you know what I mean? A way where I can express myself on a full broad spectrum.
Can I come in there, Nas? Because you know what as well, it's like, there's a statistic as well about people that start podcasts.
Are you not
now.
putting the truth, sir? Sorry.
Yeah, and the reason, so Nav, and people listening, that's why Nasty's successful, because you see all the stuff around it, but when you really home in and he talks, the geezer is a flipping genius and he knows what he's talking about. And you add that with personality, and you add that with drive and belief, you get a BAFTA award-winning TV host. And you know what I mean? So, but let me come in as well, because there's a statistic about pay me for that one later, Nas. There's a statistic later about podcasts, and people, I think they don't make it up to like episode 20. So everyone's coming in and seeing the Joe Rogans and seeing people be successful, but they won't continue it out. You know what I mean? So if you start by doing something you love and you're doing it for the love, all these rewards and trying to get top 10 podcasts or trying to get viral videos, it doesn't matter to you. So when they don't happen, because believe me, they don't happen. It doesn't happen a lot of the time, you know what I mean? Then it won't be too much of a burden for you, you know what I mean? So if you do it for love, to start off with, and I know everyone's got a plan and it's a business and I want to do this and I want to, but trust me, find something you love or something you love doing in what you're doing, and then it'll be easy for you, you know what I mean? And the losses won't burn you as much, trust me.
Which I mean, I think also as an extension of that, Ramel, because you front your own show on Sky Arts. What and you have this amazing experience working on Link Up. Like, what did you feel like working on Link Up and working in digital gave you a lot of like confidence, and like did you bring a lot of that to the Sky Arts show, or did you feel like you had to compromise a little bit?
I'm so glad that Big Nasty spoke about feeling like an outsider sometimes, because I have to be very frank, and I even tweeted, I want to use this space to be very open and free about the journey, because yes, I've been on Sky Arts, yes, I've been on Sky One, but in my opinion, I'm nowhere near where I want to be right now, because I still feel very much underrated, and that's because I'm not the conventional woman that you see on TV. I'll be honest, there are things such as, you know, pretty privilege. And I'm not saying this discredits any woman that's achieved because of their beauty. They're still talented, but I am not the conventional beauty. Like, I am a dark-skinned woman, and there does seem to be a fear to put dark-skinned women on the TV screen. I don't know why, but it seems to be that the pre-existing understanding of what women are or what they've been through and all that kind of stuff does hold them back, like, oh, but are they gonna get her? Oh, is she gonna say something that they might not understand? Like, I'm a very well-spoken woman, as you can tell. I grew up in North London. Yes, I can be rude if you want me to be, but at the same time, but at the same time, I know how to talk to the right people in the right situations. If you can put me in front of 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 45-year-olds, 65-year-olds, and I will do the job well. But for some reason, there's been this kind of stigma as like, ooh, they might not get her. They might not understand her because I don't look like what they're used to seeing. And like, as much as I respect some of the people that inspire me, the Davinas, Holly, Fern, Emma Willis, they all have a particular look. And even some of the newer women that are coming through, there's amazing Black women coming through as well. There's, you know, Clara Ampho, there's Yasmin Evans, Tania Taylor, I say Clara, Aja Dudu, Vic Hope, Scarlett Douglas. I'm naming amazing women, but we have had to fight for these jobs, fight. But there also seems to be but we can only have one of them at a time. What is that about? Why is it that we have to become familiar with someone before we give new talent a chance? Why is it that we have to break so many new boundaries, jump through so many hoops before we can all be on the same panel? When everyone was celebrating that they had the first ever all Black cast on Loose Women, that actually blew my mind, because that should be normal.
Yeah.
But it was, all of them are Black? What? Like, that should be, because no one says all of the women are white on Loose Women and go, that never happens. So for us, we always seem like we have to do more. We have to be outstanding. And, you know, as much as I'm a believer in Black excellence, there is also, why do we have to be so excellent to be on the screen. So, you know, I just wanted to get that off my chest because like that was just really, really
nice one, Rem.
Hey, Rem.
Something that's happened. But at the same time, sorry, Venus, I just want to finish this point. At the same time, I have been myself, like we said. No matter where I go, like I said, I am the same. Like I've hosted at Disneyland, I've hosted at the Royal Albert Hall, I've hosted at the London O2, I did Notting Hill Carnival, I've done Black History Month, I've done International Women's Day, I've done every kind of theme there is. I am the most versatile. I'm putting it out there. I'm one of the most versatile presenters and broadcasters I know out there. However, I'm still underrated, and this is a struggle that as Black women have to go through to get into the industry. And you know, I'm still thriving, I'm still enjoying the journey, but at the same time, I will not lie to any women of color that are watching. Like, it is a hard road, but you have to be yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to love this. Otherwise, trust me, you wouldn't still be here. I graduated from the University of Leeds. I'm probably the most, like, you know, conventional broadcaster. There's a few of us, but like, you know, there's I'm one that realized that social media had to be the add-on because having a degree wasn't enough. I graduated with a broadcast journalism degree, but that meant nothing because I came into the industry realizing that piece of paper that's just sitting on my shelf right now, like that didn't get me jobs. My YouTube shows, my Twitter, my Instagram, my every platform that there is what actually got me in front of most of the broadcasters, commissioners, producers that I know. Got nothing to do with my actual skill. It was just the fact that I had, well, educational skill in theory. It was about me making sure that I'm everywhere, I'm doing everything, trying to be like, you know, involved in the culture as much as possible, which is why I ended up like loving my time at Link Up TV, because I learned so much about how to produce my own content, how to do it myself, how can we, like, you know, we were the camera producer, director, sound, editors, then marketing, then we did everything.
Gotta be everything.
Literally, and you know, I'm grateful for that journey, but at the same time, it's still a journey.
In a way, does it feel like you feel as though because I feel like, you know, I think I said in the intro, like talent for a lot of us, for a lot of people, it was very traditional. Getting in, you need an agent, you need to follow these traditional paths, which almost felt like reserved for a certain type of person who could afford to pursue this as a real job. And now social's kind of like leveled the playing field, and you guys have massive fans and audiences that you're speaking to in a way that TV is not. You know, and you are like, as young audiences and masses are leaving television and watching YouTube and Instagram to find you guys, like, does it make you feel like you've got to see you? I mean, it's the horrible thing that I'm hearing now from you, Ramel, is like, you still don't feel like you have a seat at the table.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
This is mostly based to Rems, yeah. And what I'm saying to you, my sister, first and foremost, yeah, black of the berry, sweet of the juice, yeah. That is the first thing, yeah. Secondly, yeah, boom. Do you know I've never been signed? I have never been signed to a major label. Everything from my TV show to what you see is all independent. I've done it with my three amigos, me, Copes, and Ledge. Yeah. As you can see, I do not fit the image. You see me? Yeah. But God bless the child that will have his own. You see all the knowledge that you've taken on your journey to get here. You don't need no industry person, yeah, no white man, black man, purple man, green man to solidify you, dog. As long as you're willing to suffer and grind for your thing, you will get through it. Do you get what I mean? And as I said, when I was saying the same thing about before, yeah, you can't expect people to understand your vision because it's not you. The only way you can do it is by leading in the forefront. The same people, back to what I said earlier about who told my mum I was smoking crack, yeah? If I was to say to these same people now that, you know, I don't really want to do music no more, they would smash my face in. They would smash my face in and say, are you crazy? Do you know how much opportunities you've given us and different lives you showed us? It's not even about you anymore, fat sweat. Yeah? It's bigger than you. You get what I mean? The thousands of girls and boys you've helped along, but who you haven't even seen, who looks up to you, yeah, you'd be surprised. Do you get what I mean? Now, see, for the next stage for you to go forward, my princess, yeah, this is what you need to do, yeah, 110%, yeah, you need to make your shows, yeah, and film it yourself and sell it to these people, yeah. To everyone who's listening, if you've done road, you can do anything, yeah. If you've done road, you can do anything. The same basics apply to it all, yeah. The honest truth is this. No one's going to give you an opportunity until you show yourself useful. Yeah? You can say it's horrible. You can say whatever. There's hundreds of people on the street right now who go past on the street oblivious and unseen because they show no skills and talents of making themselves useful. This whole world is built on commerce and barter. You give money, you get something in return. When you give that £20, you either get food, drink, cigarette, makeup, a lighter, but something is done in return. Nothing in this world is free. Do you get what I mean? So the same way how people make loads of money from having nice things, people make loads of money from having information. The person with the information will always win. Information will always win. You see the 15 years, 12 years you put into this grind and all the stumbles you've gone through to make a show look good when everything else has gone wrong around it. When a fight's breaking out in the background and you have to keep composed and make sure it still looks professional. See these things, yeah? Those are things you cannot just go and buy next week. Do you get what I mean? The years what Hacks has been doing different type of voices. Do you get what I mean? You can't just wake up in the morning and go buy that, blood. Do you get what I mean? It's just transferable skills you use to set yourself forward. Now, see with me, I knew I'm too reckless and Rastafari stands alone. So boom, because of this, I know the price of it. The price of being so reckless and believing that Rastafari stands alone, certain industry things and things will not come my way. But that's okay. That's not a problem. I've just made sure my community can make sure it look after me. Do you get what I mean? And I made the first smartest ever decision, yeah? And my first ever order to my BDL community, yeah? When I was frying an egg sandwich. When I was talking about, do you remember the singer Nathan when he went to prison for fraud? And everyone was like, oh, man was a big time singer and now man's ended up in prison. And I said, this is the first time I've ever said to my fan base, do you know that could be me though? You see, if you don't start phoning radio and ask to play for that Fat Boys music, blood, don't think I'm not going to end up on road. Do you get what I mean? This thing's my only way out. So if you don't help me and support me, don't be surprised if you see me in an induction wing in a prison. How else do you think it's going to work? From that day, imagine though, BBC and the rest of them started getting phone calls to play this Fat Boys music. Do you get what I mean? So see, the first one we did so today, Rem, was so sick, is actually speak. Because a lot of celebrities, yeah, we do this thing about keeping these issues behind closed doors. But you see what stays behind closed doors can't come to the light. So understand, if you keep it closed doors, you will suffer in the silence for the whole duration. Because no one can't help no one if no one don't know what's going on. When something's brought to the forefront, people can then help and show light to it. You get what I mean? And also, though, you put it out there to see when genuineness is. Because a lot of things with this industry thing as well, yeah? A lot of talks of people doing this industry things, it leaves a great area to say, have I really got your support or have I really not got your support? It's done in a great area way. So after we've left, maybe Navi's going to support my journey in my career. Maybe she might not. It's just in a great area. Do you get what I mean?
I'm always going to support you, Nasty. I love you.
No, I love you too, Navi, but it's just this industry shit. You know how it goes. That's how things
I know it goes.
Talk the truth and make the devil shame. You get what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to interrupt you really quickly, though, because I think we should talk about, just for the audience, I think it'd be really good to hear more about, like, kind of, especially what you said, Ramel, like, you know, and something we talk about a lot is, like, especially in digital, it's like, you have to be a shooter, editor, producer, SP, your own social person, your own PR person, your own hype person. How, and for new creators, how multi-talented do you have to be, would you say? Hacks. Or Ramel, sorry, Ramel.
Yeah, go on, Hacks, you can go.
Nah, you go on, you do your thing, man.
Okay, just briefly. For example, so you mentioned the Sky Art show and you mentioned the yeah, just in general. I actually joined, it's an organization called Mama Youth Project. It's a charity and they work really closely with Sky. So we've been on the air since 2012. However, a lot of people don't know about the show, and that's because sometimes in the industry or sometimes just in corporations, they don't always have or provide the budget for every show to get billboards, to get, you know, advertising, all that kind of space. So for years, we didn't actually have advertising or any kind of adverts for our TV show. And I was like, I am on TV. How are people not hearing about this? So literally, I used to just...
Channel 4.
I used to create my own flyers and my own Instagram pages. I used to rip clips, all that kind of stuff, and I would promote as much as possible. I love Big Nasty so much.
This is surreal. I feel like I'm dreaming.
I feel like I've just dived into his world. Like, it's a show in itself. But yeah, it's literally about promoting yourself as much as possible. And
yes.
Sorry, I'm getting a phone call right now. It's about promoting yourself as much as possible on every platform. And I think it's understanding how each platform works. Twitter, I used to reach out to production companies, commissioners, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, Navi, you already know I'm following you on everything. So, you know, using that social media and then, you know, building those relationships. Same with Instagram. That's where you clip all your stuff, put on little teasers and all that kind of stuff, direct them to whatever, make sure all the links are there. You know, if the company you're working with or whoever you're working with isn't promoting you, you have to promote yourself. So it's really important that, you know, you can't rely on others. You literally can't be on the TV show in the world, but if they don't mention you or if they don't, you know, give you might even have a 15-second clip in a whole film. You better spread that one clip everywhere because this is your moment. Like, you know, they always say 15 minutes of fame, blah, blah, blah. You better turn that 15 into 2 hours.
Yeah. And did you guys feel like you had to teach yourself a lot of these skills? Like hacks, did you feel like you needed how did you start editing? Like, did you learn as you went on? Did you take a course? Like, how'd you get started?
Just learned myself, really. I mean, obviously, like Steve said before, we came up together. So like everyone had certain skills. We was always surrounded by people that could edit and knew about the apps and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, self-taught, you know, Steve-O, he can vouch for this. Like we taught ourselves, you know, how to use apps, and there'll be times when me and Steve-O would link up and he'd say, I've got a new app. And he's like, do this, it's better, it works well. And we taught ourselves, man. Like, I'm proud of Nasty, Ramel, and myself and Steve-O, just for how far we've come and through the struggles that we've been through. I mean, I'm still going through them today. It's not easy. Like, I don't want people to just think that, you know, we woke up one morning and we became stars or celebrities or whatever it be. It's been so difficult. Even now, today, I'm still editing my own stuff. I still graft for myself because, you know, ultimately I'm supporting me, you know, and I've got to give the best image of me that I can. So I know the comedy that I love and I know what makes people laugh. And, you know, I have to do everything by myself, really. So it's all been self-taught, and I'm proud of myself. And it's amazing to know that I'm capable of making my own productions and making my own funny sketches, and they do well. You know, they do super well. And there's certain TV shows that don't get the views that we get on our platforms, and don't get the comments and the views and the love that we get. So,
Hack, it's important to say as well, and Rem as well, when you was talking, that especially, I can only speak on personal experiences, but I remember when it was uncool to say, hey guys, I've got a show coming up, because then you look like you're begging and all of this. So it's very important for the people that are coming up, whatever thing that they think is uncool right now, forget about it. You do it, because later on, them same people that were saying it's uncool will be doing the exact same thing. You know
Steve-O's a big testament to that. I'll be honest with you, Steve-O has been probably the same as he has been to Nasty as well. Like, I went through that phase where I worried about what people would think, and you have this thing about you where you think, you know what, it's true, like, I can't do this. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, swipe up to, and I had that issue, and Steve-O just said at the end of the day, like, you can see everyone else elevating, and we have to adapt. And unfortunately in this industry, there are times where you do have to possibly not be yourself. Credit to Nasty. He doesn't care what anyone thinks, and he does his thing, and I'm proud of him, and I rate him for that. But
I'm jealous of him for that, by the way. It's such a
But
this
why do
game.
you feel like you guys can't do that? Like in everything we're learning from Nasty, who by the way should have, oh wait, you already have your own TV show, but should literally do a TED Talk every week. But is that be yourself and you will succeed. So do you feel like you can't, that you have to compromise sometimes?
Of course you do. One sec.
You do.
Nav, you know about cancel culture.
Yes.
So let's have it right. I would love to be myself, and no, but to be fair, again, I'm one of the. I consider myself one of the few like that sort of can be himself. But when my content involves my family, then there's still. I have to like Rem said. I was working for Disney last week. I understand that I have to sometimes bring the levels down. You know what I mean? But to the point where, for instance, I swore in front of my kid, and then people had to go at me for that and things like that. It's like you're trying to cancel me for doing something that we've all grown up around, we've all seen. That's when it gets a bit jarring, you know what I mean? Like my little daughter's favorite song is a Vibes Cartel song, One Man for the Pum Pum. Great song. Yeah. And people got upset. They tried to take my blackness away from me. Oh my God, you can't let her sing that in front of grandma, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hang on. How many times has little Tommy said a bad word and we go back and say, oh, say that again. And then he says it and you go, oh, don't say that again. You're not allowed to say that. I showed that moment and they tried to cancel me for it. So you can't be yourself no more.
I think it's canceled too strong of a word, because I think people especially on Twitter, I find will, maybe not cancel you, but like people are going to call you out for stuff when they.
Navi, I can actually speak to that from a presenter level. There have been times where, for example, so how a lot of my YouTube content, even before Link Up TV, I used to go to events and review them. So people knew that about me. I'd go there, I'd come home, do honest reviews. I was brutally honest back in the day, to the point where there were like there were rumors that like, don't invite Ramel to your event. To this day, I still have people being like, like if she comes, what's she gonna say? I'm like, I'm not even like that anymore, guys. Like I kind of left that behind. But
why? Why did you?
Nasty, let me explain. And Nasty, you're a part of this as well. Remember that year when Skepta came out with Kanye at the Brit Awards? Yeah. So it was me and you that both commented on that performance, right?
Well, the backup dance thing.
Yes, exactly. And the worst part is, it was mad. It was mad to the point where I basically done a YouTube video. So I'm a Christian, innit? And I was at an event when it happened, and someone actually said, oh, like, Kanye's like God to us, man. Like, he's proper like them. And I was like, yo, where's this blasphemy? Kanye is not God. That wasn't, in my opinion, I would have preferred if Kanye passed the mic to everyone instead of just asking them to be present on stage. So then you said the whole backup dancer thing. So everyone kind of put our opinions together, and basically people were saying Ramel shot a video saying that the men them shouldn't be on stage. And I was like, no. I never said that. What I did say is I would have preferred to see Kanye and Skepta do the track together, which in the end things started happening. But I
said that was some backup dancer thing because man should have been spraying bars.
We all had our opinions, but the funniest part was I spent like a week avoiding Twitter because I was getting abused every day because people were like, Ramel's a hater, she don't really support the guys, she don't really want to see them win, blah, blah, blah. You misinterpreted what I said. And, like I said, I always used to review things and talk about, like, I was a social commentator before it was popular. I'm just going to put it
though, because it was before its time. Like what Nasty said earlier, people don't understand what they don't know. But now everyone does it.
Exactly. But at the time, it was frowned upon. It was so heavily frowned upon. So you've got all these now social media blogs. You got Shade, but I was before. I'm not saying that I was the blueprint.
You was.
I was doing all of that before Shade Borough and all these kind of, you know, gossip TVs, all these things that people religiously follow. I was doing that in my own way, making little videos here and there, to the point where I had DMs from rappers being like, "Bruh, so what you saying?" I was like, "Huh? Me? The person that interviewed you 2 weeks ago at the Mobos, you're now asking me what am I saying as though you want to fight me?" Like, and everyone took it so badly, but now everyone's celebrated for being very opinionated and being social commentator. I realized that world is not for me, because at the time I wasn't mentally strong enough for that. Like, I went into hiding for at least a month. Like, you can even ask Rashid at Link Up TV. I used to say, I can't lie, I'm not coming to that event because there's certain people I don't want to see right now because I don't know how they're.
Which is a shame, man. How can we not take it? And it's changed now, to be fair, because of these platforms on Link Up and was it not called The Wrap Up? What was that show that you lot was on when you're talking about the albums and whatnot? Because of that, because of the open criticism people are getting, it's actually helped the scene. Because people are now thinking about rollouts. They're not being lazy with their videos and whatnot. So it's actually helped the criticism. Where before, you wasn't allowed to talk about any UK artists because it's so small, they'll see you. We'll see you at the next event. So it become very like we didn't say what we wanted to say. Well, not me, I weren't in that, to be fair. And I did on my Snap, to be honest. But I didn't have no negative stuff to say. I just used to big up the tunes I actually liked. So it was all positive, you know what I mean? But that's changed now, and there's still little threats, and I see people in Shade Borough's DMs and all of this, take it down. It still happens, but we've become a lot more, we understand that people are going to talk now, I guess.
Reggie.
How do you manage kind of, sorry, Nasty, how do you manage the social media negativity now, Ramel? Like, because obviously it sounds like, I mean, it sounds like you enjoyed. So how do you do it? What do you do?
What?
Blocker.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the words of my cousin's Otis, man's living a life in a real life. Yeah. We all know social media is the word where it says it's just social media. Media is media. Hear what I'm trying to say? Yeah. In the comforts of my car, in my surroundings now, I could talk like the wickedest man in the world to all of you right now.
Mate, any chance you can move a bit, boss?
Oh, no problem. Which way do we go forward? Let's go forward a bit, yeah?
While Nasty does that.
But he said, I could talk wicked to anyone, and the geezer comes, move your car, mate. He went, okay.
Yeah. So, boom, yeah. My thing is this, yeah. This is what, yeah. This is why I'll keep respecting the William Churchill era of life, bro, where you have to say things with conviction and chest. So what I'm trying to say, in this society right now, yeah, it is mad that any one of us could have doo-doo on our clothes, yeah, and be in public and have to be afraid to say that, right, you got shit on your clothes in public in case it's taken the wrong way. Get the fuck out of there with all this nonsense, bro. If something looks booky and it's weird, yeah, and it's in front of everyone's eyes to see that it's booky and weird, bro, it should be said. The truth is not supposed to be convenient. The truth's not supposed to be said only on bank holidays and on weekends. The truth is what is called the truth. So, and the thing is with media, especially, when the truth is said, regardless, whatever the situation, good or bad, yeah, powers to be, or whoever's in charge of that, and good spin doctors, with the power of media, can turn good into bad, bad into good. With this type of stuff, yeah, lines and errors get crossed. Now, I'm a strong believer, if you've got really nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah? So, and when I say that statement, that's to a statement. If you see a person who's working hard and doing their thing, and you're just trying to bruck them down, you should just shut your mouth, to be honest. You get what I mean? Because that, you're being a real big like fucking hater. But you see, my dear friend, if you've gone in a performance in front of thousands of people, and you don't know your words, Bridget, yeah? And your DJ's offbeat. Bridget, I'm not a hater. Your DJ's offbeat, blood. The audio tells us all that the rhythms are off.
But you know, Nasty, it goes beyond that, though. You know it goes beyond that. It's gone to a sickening state, and the social media platforms
we've allowed to that. But Steve, we've allowed it.
Yeah,
and the reason I tell you why we've allowed it, yeah? Look, Rem was feeling bad about telling the truth. You can see in this girl's characteristics, bruv. She ain't got the characteristics to say, rah, that performance was so sick But just because of ratings for my TV show, I'm going to say it's shit. You can see she's not doing that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say, cuz? So remember, for every action has a reaction. Because of the little things everyone has turned a blind eye to, the bigger spiral effect is people who can't take opinions and can't take criticism, who wants to be in an industry where it's based on criticism. Understand this. Navi, myself, Remo, Hats, who else is on this thing? Kirsty Royal Television Society, Jamie O'Neill, Steve-O the Madman, yeah? Jasmine Dotiwana, I love that name, I was so flipping gassed, yeah? We are only big because people like us, yeah? Should I break you on the big secret to all of our success and fame while we make money? Because people like us. People are interested in us. This is why we all make money. Do we get that? So, if all these people like us and put interest in us, they have an opinion to say. That means they can call me a fat shit, whatever they want to say at the time, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't take half of it, though. It don't work so.
Yeah, no, you know, I know.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
So, add off the back of that, though, like, I will say, at times I do regret not maintaining and saying things with my chest.
It's a lot of energy, though, Rem. It's a lot of energy to do after, man.
I do understand that, but at the same time, those sometimes those outspoken moments actually gave me a bit more of a, you know, a little bit more. Oh, actually, we want to hear more from her. Like around that time, I was to be on so many panels. That's the reason I ended up being a guest judge on the rap game, because one of the producers remembered me, because he's like, I know you know about the scene. I know you'll say it how it is. And like, I do appreciate that people do know that for me. But at the same time, more time than anything, I want to have a laugh. I want to have fun. I don't want to be negative Nancy. But I, again, at the same time, as a journalist, as a broadcaster, I do feel like you said, Nasty, there should be like we said, put out an opinion. There should be debates about things. And I would love to be at the forefront of that. But at the same time, when I was doing it, it came with a lot of stigma. And again, it was the whole angry black girl thing, and you're a hater and you're this. But again, the narratives have been changing slowly and surely. And I do say, if anyone out there does want to be like, you know, if you want to be a film critic, if you want to be a TV critic, all that kind of stuff, like these are actual jobs. So as long as you do it with some kind of like, you know, professionalism, these are industries that you can go in and do find your niche. If you want to be a reviewer, if you want to be a plugger, whatever it is, do what you are passionate about. Like all of these guys have said, they enjoyed it, so they pushed through with it. But yeah, there are compromises you have to make sometimes. Like, do you want to be? Because people were saying I could have been the next Wendy Williams. I don't want to be Wendy. I want to be Oprah.
They're both icons. But because we got 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes left. That's wild. We have a question from the audience, from Charlotte. Guys, you're all so profound. Thank you so much. I'm from a lower socioeconomic background in Birmingham, and I'm a bit lost as to what my next steps are, as my talent connections are scarce at the moment. I've shot and cut my own show reel, and I'm totally committed to my presenting career, but I'm not sure who best to send it to or how to make it stand out. Thanks so much in advance if you pick this up. So
everyone, even Emma just said that. Everyone. Yeah, but presenter, you know more, Rem. Like it's like I got into it through, as I say, through my numbers and that, you know what I mean? So it was nothing that I really wanted, but once I had a taste of it, then you say, oh, you know what, I could be good at it, let me put my all into it, whether that be acting or whatever it may be. But if you know what you want from the off, go and find the names of the people on that link or Instagram or wherever it may be, Twitter, like what Rem said, and you go, and you're gonna hear no. You keep going.
Also, one tip that I have is that if you ask anyone for a coffee, no one ever says no. Like everyone will always say, yeah, sure, I'll meet you. Sure, let's do a quick Zoom. Let's jump on a Zoom. Like every single commissioner's contact at Channel 4 is on 4 producers, and are Googleable, and their emails are there. So to Steve-O's point, email people, reach out to people. You might not hear anything, but you probably will.
Follow your ego, because that's what it comes down
Yeah.
to. It's like you don't want to hear it and you feel, oh, I'm not good enough or whatever. Forget that. You're the shit, man. You remember why you started this. You believed in it at the start. Just believe in it all the way. See it through.
Yes.
My
Just to add to that, for Charlotte, start locally in Birmingham. It can be like, Link Up TV was a small platform when I joined it, and we grew together. Like they've got like over 2-3 million subscribers now. So if you can find, I know there's loads of like great media companies in Birmingham. Start with them, build with them, and continue to add to your show reel. But at the same time, please do reach out to commissioners, production companies if you've got ideas for shows. I literally spent the whole of lockdown just thinking of ideas and like pitching and all that kind of stuff. Enter competitions, everything.
Be realistic. I didn't get paid for 3 years, and I was okay with that because I knew it was coming. But again, I had a different belief. I believed in an industry that wasn't even there when I started. There wasn't, you get brand deals to post this, that, the other. All we had when I started was we had to be on TV. That was it. TV was the pinnacle. And for me, it's really not the pinnacle. But be realistic. Be prepared to work for free. Be prepared to travel, pay your own travel when you're thinking, well, that guy's next to you saying, yeah, man, it pays for my travel, my food. And you're like, oh, man. You know what I mean? Suck it all in. Suck it all in and let's go for it. You know what I mean? That's you know them ones, Nas. Come on.
And then a question from Luke. Who else on social do the panel rate? Who's the next big TV stars from social the public would like to see, and who should get their own TV show from Navi?
Go on now.
That's a real question for me.
Yeah.
Who do you guys rate? Who do you think we should commission at Channel 4? Steve-O. You have your yes. Well, let's talk about Steve-O the dad man, because you have your own.
Mate, there's that, but there's the thing, and this is what Rem and what we talk about is that, for instance, and you can maybe help me and answer this, Nav, is that like I had a system, a show, content that clearly worked. Not for 1 year, not one. It worked. It's been working for 8 years, right? And in that 8 years, it's been changed. The characters have changed and whatnot. But when it gets to TV, I've been obviously going in and out of offices and whatnot. It's like, I don't know. Well, I can go and show you 4 billion views that says you should know. So what I want to know is, what is it? Is it what Nasty said about the Ofcom and them not being a bit sure because maybe it's a bit edgy? Like, I need to know, because obviously the views and the interaction, it's not enough. The talent is not enough. Like, I've showed I can carry this thing for 8 years. So I want to know from your perspective, what is it? Because I've been told sometimes, oh, you need to be next to a known person that's doing that. So now I need to do TV and build up my TV audience to get known to that audience, when it's like, yo, I'm known over here, I'm an OG over here, let me bring my shit over here, we'll get some of them maybe, but don't you want this audience? Don't you want the 4 billion that's been watching for the last 8 years?
Well, I think I sit in a very different part of Channel 4, which is like our digital commissioning department.
Okay.
Not to shirk responsibility, but I can't answer for my white bosses. But no, but I sit in.
Yes, Navi. Tell them.
But no, truly, like I sit in a digital department, and what's great about, and we've like just started up, and like we want to work with everyone in this panel. Like we talk about you all the time, Steve-O. We love you, and you know, and that's like what our job is to work with you and get you. You know, but it's at the same time, it's to your point, like, why do you guys want to be on TV? Like, so conversations we have internally sometimes is like, you guys are reaching millions and millions of people on your own social media platforms. Can
I say something?
Yes.
I love you, Navi. Sorry to cut you, yeah? Hey, Steve-O.
Go on, bro.
Brother, understand this, yeah? In the words, yeah, old school media man. Hey, man, stop living on the past. Start remember when man I ride us, rally through the body and the sea through the grass. Yeah? So all you have to understand here, Steve-O, there's been a system in play, fundamentally in play from the days of Blue Peter, going back further to when John Fashioney was on TV, when Jimmy Savile was on TV. This whole structure of TV, bro, yeah? When you need 15 programmers and assistants and DR cameras and all sorts to film a TV show. You now, in the comforts of your gaff in Enfield, have come out with a cheaper way of making TV, good content, not going through thousands of editing and making a decent tax write-off budget. How dare you think you're gonna come in and ruin man's bread? How fucking dare you?
Hey, let's be honest.
But it's worth saying, sorry to interrupt, but it's worth saying, like, you know, conversations we're having now is like, we just need to trust creators more. We need to trust you guys more because to your point, and like exactly that, like you have been reaching millions and millions of young audiences in a way that like sometimes we're not, you know, and we need to trust you and not mess with what works on your platforms and what your fans love about you.
And can I say though,
hey, sorry, one professional question. So you're a creator team on that, yeah? What's the youngest creator in your team?
The youngest is Nina. TV is dead, man. TV is dead. Who's the youngest person on our team? One of our commissioning team members is like 28.
28.
Yeah, our team's really young. I'm 32. You know,
I thought you was younger. So Nas, what you're saying is right, and I get it, yeah. But for me, and the only reason, don't forget, there's different facets to my content. You know what I mean? And there's some that sits on social media, but for me, I had a goal at the start, and me and my whole Spartan team had a goal, and that goal hasn't changed, even though probably 3 years ago. I said, you know what? Maybe I just need to stay on social media. I still have a goal for personal reasons.
Evo, you're gonna get on TV. You're gonna get on TV.
I've been on TV. What you have to understand, you put me on your TV. Like I'm grateful, by the way. Don't get it twisted.
No, forget that, Steve. What you have to understand, bro. Yeah, you gotta look, bro. Bro, let's go back to the days of the Real McCoy, Ali G show. Bro, the blackest TV show on our country is not even a black man, bro. You're all right, bro. You know what's going on, bro? So where do you think you're coming in, bro?
Bro, the same place to stop. No. The same place that you're coming in, where you've landed the flipping TV show on Channel 4, the prime spot.
But look, you got to understand.
You've done it for talk show, it needs to be done for sitcom.
Of course, but what you got to see, look how long of that period of time that's taken. Remember, you know, 100-year protocol, yeah, fam, can't be changed in 4 or 5 years because we've got our heads screwed on. This is a systematic thing what's been going on. Bro, do you know how much ADs I speak to said they've been assistant directors for all 10, 15 years, getting cups and teas and never get to put their scripts in? Navi, you know how it goes in your thing. How much guys have to eat total shit before they get one day to sit on the big dog's table and even put a script in for a TV show? My TV show, remember, you know, Channel 4 don't own my TV show. Big Up Expectations and Dice Productions. I film my own TV show. All my writers, all my staff is my own staff. I hire all my own team. That's the difference. Do you think if I was with them, I'll be bringing my brothers to just come out of jail to write fucking scripts for the show? You think it'll be happening? All of these things come into play, bro. Remember, for so long, we haven't been in a position to have any of these resources. Even the information. A person who can structure your TV show and knows the pinpoints to get it across the TV line. Everything between you see us are self-taught guys. It's like man taking their mum's car keys and driving when their mum's sleeping in the car park, teaching themselves to drive. We're competing with people who's had an AA, proper driving instructor lesson, 100 lessons booked in. You are freestyling. We are freestyling. We are just superb freestylers, bro. You get what I mean? And the one thing of it, what no industry man or anyone else can solidify is genuine people participation and support. Remember, I kept saying the same thing before. Forget Channel 4, forget BBC or any of that. You're only hot because those people are interested in your Snapchat. When those people stop being interested in your Snapchat, Channel 4 got no use for you, blood. BBC got no one's got no use for you, blood. All this stuff what's going on, there's no use for you, blood. Because, well, the thing what I said before, quote that part, you have to have use and relevance. You get what I mean? So remember, you know, you've built your platform. All you do is keep improving on that and building. Everything else falls into pocket.
Nasty, you're right, but it's different for me because life's changed. Mine is a day-by-day life filming. My life is changing day by day. My young kids that were 6 and 8 and you were getting that perspective and now 16 and I can't record them. They are missing the moment. That's all I'm saying. But I'm good. You know I'm good. You know we've just shot. But I'm just saying, I wanted to know from Nav, but she obviously passed it on, I'm playing. But no, that was all. But you know me, bro, nothing stops. We don't ever stop and we continue. But it's just a shame because I think that they missed an opportunity for something, that's all. Because you know me, I now know the internet's where it's at. Build from within. You know, I don't really mess with the TV thing, really. So that's what I think they missed the moment, that's all.
In the words of my boy Kevin Legend, bro, people are going to help you when you don't need it, bro.
Yeah.
All the help you're going to get is when you don't need it, bro. As I said, I've never been signed. I've never gone into a Sony office and that and had a bottle of champagne and squiggled in the light. Bro, Idris Elba, all your biggest actors, I am the only person to have the most fucking music awards and a BAFTA and RTSs independently, bro. Independently, bro. Stormzy, all of them haven't got as much awards as me, bro. Independently, music and television. You get what I mean? There's no signing of paper because some people might get a busage and a bottle of champagne and a squiggly line, but some of us, God bless the child that has its own, fam. A man will bang it, cuz. Most important thing, you keep 110% control. See my team, fam. I'll rather stay in the position I am right now and have 100% in control. So my morals, my ethics, my self-belief, cuz, doesn't have to be signed over with a paper check, fam, on a VAT return. You see me, cuz. So man will bunks in my vibes, boy, and keep patterning and build man's platform and man's fan base genuinely. For remember, you know, you started off with 100. The 100 went to 500. Now you're talking $500 million, $500,000. You get what I mean, fam? Yeah. So the same principles apply. Instead of these TV people going to come and chuck a fat check at you, you're going to make it on your own in 6 months, just a bit longer. You see me, bro? God bless the child that has his own, my bro. You get me? Just dig in deep, cuz, and keep to the plan. From you stick to the plan, fam, everything else will work, Steve. I'm telling you, bro.
I know.
Thanks for that. That was like probably the most surreal panel I've ever hosted.
I love you, Channel 4, and you don't know, big up the cat man, you know. Ian Tax, that's my brother, the cat man, you know.
I saw him yesterday, he was in the building. But let's call him after this together. So obviously, and we're like, whoa, we're 6 minutes over, that's pretty good. Obviously, 75 minutes could never have been enough for us to like cover everything. But I think we've talked about a lot, and I feel like you guys have been so honest and candid about your journeys and the struggles, and like massively appreciate that. Key takeaways, Nasty told us, capitalize and be in the right place at the right time. When opportunities come, open your heart to them and be your authentic self, I think is the biggest takeaway. Hacks, emphasize that you have to be self-taught and become expert. Teach yourself, go on YouTube tutorials, learn from others, ask questions, create a community, share information on apps, what works, what doesn't. Ramel urged you to promote yourself all the time on every platform, follow the right people, ask people for coffee, tag people. And Steve-O warned us about cancel culture and urged us to be honest and our authentic selves also. So that was, yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap after this. That's great. Thank you. I'm so sweaty. And air conditioned up.
Yeah, that's why my armpits were down. You see me like this. A couple times I wanted to wave, but it was mad.
Hey, Navi, you're looking like Princess Jasmine from Aladdin, you know, Navi.
You're welcome. Oh, thank you. That's such a compliment.
A whole new world.
Thank you, audience, today for joining us for this RTS Futures panel. Thanks to Kirsty and Jamie at the RTS and Jasmine Detwala for producing this session.
Man, like hackers, love to get them with backers.
Sign up to our RTS Futures page for more free sessions and information about how you can be part of the TV industry. Until next time, have a great night. Thanks,
Yes.
guys.
Big up.
God bless
Peace
you.
out. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Love. Bye.
Amazing. Oh, we're clicking off. All right. Bye.